Tatev, guys. We are in where are we?
Goris.
We are in Goris right now.
And today is a long travel day. Goris is actually in the southeastern part of Armenia, and we are about 170 kilometers from the southern border of this country with Iran. So today our plan is to find a way to reach that border and see if we can cross and enter the next country of Iran.
So we're going to travel as much as possible before sunset time. So if you're not able to go till Tabriz, maybe we'll stop in any other town before that and rest for the night.
So our plan is very on the go sort of thing today. And right now we're just walking towards the city center because there is no bus at this time. We have to hitchhike. That seems to be the only option. The bus goes only much later in the day and very short distances. So our host here told us to go to the city center, get a cab, get to the city's outskirts, and then find a way from there.
Ta-da! I got my nails done here yesterday. It's my first time getting gel nails. And this was a mini present I gave myself for my birthday.
Wow. Presents given by themselves.
Well, my experience was really nice at the salon. They even gave me a cup of coffee. They were constantly chatting with me using Google Translate. Hello.
Seems like in Goris, not a lot of tourists come.
Yeah.
And right now with the other political things that have happened here, it's been a pretty tough situation. But stuff like this brings them joy.
Yeah.
So now we have arrived at the city center. We have to book a cab.
تاکسی پاییزه تاکسی
Oh, okay.
Hazar.
To Tatev.
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 So we've just got into a taxi, and this is taking us to the outskirts of the city. We couldn't find anybody. We couldn't find a bus to the outskirts, so Yandex is the best way. And because Yandex was out of cabs, now we've just hand taxied. We're on the way.
So we took all the coins and gave him, and then he told us that he'll take us to Tatev now. So we're going there. It's about 30 kilometers from here.
Yeah, that's right. And as you see, this is all Goris. Bye. So if you go this way straight, that used to lead to Artsak. Beyond the mountain is Lachin corridor, and that would lead to Stepanakert, the capital of Artsak. But now it's closed. Noro.
Vega?
Toku. 4 rupees. Hot cake.
So we just got Lavash. This would be our last Lavash in Armenia. This is one of my favorites to eat. It's so similar to our Rumali roti. This is the craziest thing they've done. We had seat only for one person. The music is too loud.
So Arthur just stopped for a nice view for us. So we've now made it to Tatev. Tatev is one of the most popular monasteries here, what you see behind us there. And to come here, you can either come on the road that we just came on, or you can even take a cable car. It's considered to be the longest cable car ride in the world. It has a world record for it, and it's over 5 kilometers long. So it takes a good amount of time. Costs about 5,000 dram or 1,000 Indian rupees, or about 12 US dollars.
The monastery is located in a very nice spot. There's
Yeah.
a deep gorge right behind it. And the road to come here is also really beautiful. It's all winding
Yeah.
and on the mountains.
Wow, look at this. Shish did not flip out even though there's this guy right here. She has made progress, hasn't she?
It's wagging its tail and its ears are down, so I'm safe. Contrast after coming in that car.
So spacious. Şunlar akalı unuttunuz. Back in your seat. Huh?
Yeah. Back in my seat yet again.
So we've just made it to the very end of Armenia. This is Agarak, border town.
That man was supposed to end his journey at Negri, but just for us, he came till
Yeah.
Agarak. He went till the border and dropped us here.
It feels really sad to be leaving Armenia.
And he even gave us a big packet of
Yeah.
dessert.
So he
Armenian
said
dessert.
it's for the long journey ahead, and that his brother had made it.
Yeah.
So he gave us some of that snack. We'll show you more of that later. But right
I'm gonna
now,
miss Armenia so much. From the first day, like it was so nice. People
So-
were the best.
to all the Armenians who are watching, we are truly grateful we are truly grateful for your kindness and hospitality. I don't think we've ever experienced anything this wonderful,
Yeah.
and we sincerely hope to return again and experience this one more time. And are you crying?
Mm. Mm.
Okay, we'll come back.
Okay. For the Lavash and the people and so now we are going to go to the border and pass through immigration, and maybe we will see you from the Iran side, but before that
I think a little bit of explanation. This is extremely important from a visa point of view, and we wanted to give you a full update around that. So while we go to the border, just take a look at this video. This is from a few weeks back in Georgia, where we picked up our Iran visas. So once that plays and once we get to immigration, we can tell you another story. Of course, filming is not allowed at the border, so we'll catch you later. Just a quick update from Tbilisi. We're right now just outside the Iran embassy here, and we picked up our Iran tourist visas. After doing a lot of research, we found out that there's this company called Tap Persia. Tap Persia is like a tourist agency in Iran. They organize tours for anyone who's looking to travel in that country. And one of the other things that they help with is also the visa process. So when we got in touch with them, they explained as to what documentation they want from us. So they explained to us that they wanted some basic documentation from us, our passport scan copies, our pictures, and our photographs, and lastly, a general itinerary of where we want to be and what we want to see. So we prepared that on Google Sheets and just submitted a copy of it into their portal. So along this entire time, I had a bunch of questions as to what kind of information is required and so on. And I was in touch with this very friendly guy called Sohrab from Tap Persia. So we ended up chatting on WhatsApp. I even called him once, and they were very, very helpful. And once we submitted all these documents and made the payment, within like a day or so, we already got our letters issued. And this time, Sahar from Tap Persia reached out to me with news that we had got our visa letters issued already, and that we can just go into the embassy. Now, interesting thing to note is we did all of this when we were still in Azerbaijan. So we had named the visa collection point as Baku, the Iranian embassy in Baku. And you guys know that we ended up coming here to Georgia, and today we are here in Tbilisi. So this is one thing that we didn't expect to use, but it actually came in very handy. We actually had to again speak with TAP Persia to get our location changed from Baku to Georgia to Tbilisi because of our changes in the itinerary, and they were very accommodative about that. So they just took a couple of days. There was a small fee, an administrative fee, because they have to make that change on the official visa portal. And with that, we ended up getting our visa collection point changed to Tbilisi.
So today morning we took a bus from our hostel and came here to the embassy. Once we entered, there was just one immigration officer sitting there. He asked us what we wanted. We told him that we came here for the Iran tourist visa. So we submitted both our passports and the letter given by TAP Persia. So he went in with our passports, took 2 minutes, came back and told us we had to pay 90 euros per person for both of us.
And at this point, we were a little apprehensive because we had read on multiple forums online and also heard from many other friends who've just entered Iran that the visa fee is only 60 euro.
So we anyways asked him, is it not just 60 euros? He just told no, it is 90 euros.
So basically this man charged us the urgent fee, and we found that out once we got our visas in hand. It had like an urgent sticker on it. While we still have time in Tbilisi and we didn't really need urgent processing,
it hurts to pay 90 euros for a visa. So the visa fee is not paid at the embassy itself. So he advised us to go to a bank, TPC bank, which is about 2 kilometers from the embassy, and make the payment there and come back with the receipt. So when we submit the receipt back to him, he would give us the visas. We went to the bank, but then they told you can make a payment only if you have an account in their bank. So she said no, there's no charge. So we gave all the details they wanted, like they wanted our passport for ID, they wanted a Georgian telephone number, which we had, and they also wanted our address in Georgia and our address back home. So after giving all these details, I think in 15 minutes our account was created, and they also made the payment to the Iran embassy and we gave them the cash.
and with that we got like an acknowledgement slip which we brought again back to the embassy, and this time it was very quick. In less than 5 minutes the whole job was done. Our visas were printed and given to us. The visa given to us this time, it's not a sticker visa, nor is it like an online document. It's a paper visa that's given that we have to hold on to until we leave Iran. A few points to note to make your visa experience a little better: insist on regular processing. Even if they say no, just repeatedly request, and maybe you can find a way. Try to read reviews on Google Maps for these embassies. Some of them indicate as to what kind of fees they charge. You can see that in reviews left by others. So it will give you an idea of whether only urgent processing is done or even regular processing is available. So use that information to go there and insist that you want regular processing and that you don't want to pay the extra fees.
And he even asked us whether we wanted a 30-day visa or a 45-day visa. We were like, we'll just be there for a month, we'll just be there for a month. But then he was also ready to issue a visa which was valid for 45 days. We should have just told as much or as many days as possible.
So the best way to do that is just tell them to give you for the maximum duration, because you want to be flexible and travel. If you have a set itinerary, then nothing to worry about. Just ask for the number of days you're traveling.
Also, we learned that if in case we want to extend our visa, it is possible to do it in Iran itself and for a much lesser fee.
So that we'll probably figure out if we
need
decide
an
to
extension.
stay.
So that was all about getting an Iranian tourist visa with an Indian passport
And
in a different country.
And just want to say a special thanks to TAP Persia for making this a lot easier. In the initial stages, we were definitely very stressed.
And also, they helped us answering so many questions we had, like on a repeated basis.
We'll just leave a couple of links down below for your reference to read up on the visa process.
Bye bye, Armenia.
Yeah. It's no man's land. Huh?
You might have noticed this. My leg. now we are going to Jolfa, which is
So now we are Jolfa. So now we are going to Jolfa with our first Iranian friend, Dost. Name?
First,
Now?
Abul Faz.
Armenia?
Armenia.
Ah, okay.
we just came to Jolfa and we need to exchange some dollars to reals because we don't have any. We just exchanged $20 and for that we got 1 million real. We got an entire bunch of notes.
Yeah,
How are we
such a-
gonna fit this in
Such
our
a big
pocket?
stack. But that's crazy. Let's go. We just converted some cash as you saw. Now we're getting a SIM card. This is our friend Azim. He's taking us to Tabriz. So we tried to get a SIM card there, but it wasn't available. Stopping for lunch. So that's potato and egg. And now they'll make a roll. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm so hungry. I see a big kettle.
Chai.
Let's fill with
Chai?
Chai? How much is chai? It's very tasty. The bread is really thick. I just got a bite of pickle.
It's good?
Yeah, it's very good.
Okay. So we'll eat.
We just got down at Tabriz center. The first thing we need to do is buy a SIM card and get some internet. Well, the SIM card shops are closed, so we'll get it only tomorrow. And Amrit is just using somebody's hotspot to figure out which hotel we need to stay in tonight. After so many days.
All right, my friends. Officially, welcome to Iran. So this is the okay. That means that we have finally found an Asian hose to wash. So this is the kind of room you get in Tabriz for about $12. $12 for two people. It's a private room with a private bathroom and a little bit of a kitchen. It's got air conditioning, heating, and the Wi-Fi is pretty decent here. To make it work, we just had to install one new VPN app on our phone because the earlier VPNs that we had, which are mostly Western apps, don't work here. So we had to get something that the locals recommended. And this room, we are mostly staying here for 2 nights. We haven't figured out much yet. Wow, we are in Iran. It's hard to believe. So the immigration process was very straightforward. The moment we arrived at the border control desk, the officer just asked for our e-visa copies. We had the same document that we had picked up in the Tbilisi embassy, like the Iranian embassy in Tbilisi. And once he gave that to him, he just did a quick check of if we are the same people in the photo. And he didn't ask us any further questions. No question about where we're staying for the night. Are we visiting more places in the country? Do we have any money on us, etc.? He did not even ask us about insurance, which we do know is a mandatory requirement. So no questions at all. And once he just went through the visa and stamped on the visa sheet, he told us to keep it till the end of our trip, and he gave us our passports back. I did ask him twice if he can put a stamp on our passport also, but he said no, they're not going to do that. It's a little odd because in other cities, in other checkposts, people we know have actually said that they did ask for a stamp and they got it on the passport. So I'm not sure why they didn't put one on ours. And with that, we just moved over to the second guy. The second guy was just standing there. He was walking around. He spoke English. He said, so you're here as tourists? And he just flipped through the passport, like maybe saw 2 or 3 pages, not much. And he also just, looked at the date on the stamping on the paper, if it was fine, and that's it. So with all of that, we were done with immigration in about 5 minutes. And I think this has definitely been very successful because of using our TAP Persia visa letter that streamlined the whole process so much. And the whole time we were so anxious, we could actually reach out to these guys and talk to them. So I definitely want to say thanks to Sohrab and Sahar. You guys have been very amazing. Thank you so much. And now that Shish is back out, here she is.
I'm gonna take a bath now.
Yeah.
It's a water and a private bathroom.
And by the way, this also includes breakfast. So tomorrow,
Oh, that means I have to wake up early. 8 o'clock breakfast.
8 to 10. You can come at 9:50.
9:59.
Okay, so thank you so much, you guys, all of you, for coming along and crossing the border with us today. And there are 2 things that will most likely happen tonight. One is, of course, falling asleep on this comfortable bed. That happens quickly because of all the tiredness. The second thing is Shish is going to cry because she's not in Armenia anymore.
I finished crying. Now I'm in Iran. But I have to wear the headscarf every day, and for the first day itself, I was like so uncomfortable, and it was kept
It's like
pulling,
scratching
it
her
kept
head.
falling, and I don't know how I'm gonna manage. But anyways,
So thanks you guys for coming along, and
there's
we'll
AC.
so thanks you guys for coming along, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
And now our plan is to. There's no plan.
That's all.
Yeah. By the way, this is what that $12 looks like. That's a lot of money.
Wow.
So just, we had like a massive panic moment about this cash. This currency note actually has 100,000, like 1 lakh or 100,000 written on it. But in reality, this note is worth around 16 Indian rupees or about 20 cents. So that's how you see this massive stack to pay for one night's budget hotel room. By the way, we've heard that this is not the cheapest hotel, but we just had to pick something and we were so exhausted. So we'll try to look for something that fits more in our budget so we can show you what that is like.